All right, Shalom. And give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, the leaders of Israel, and say Shalom to the sincere Akim, Wa'ak, Wathiam, the sincere brothers that's doing his work in truth, going out to the highways and byways, making their body a living sacrifice, and the sincere sisters that's listening in humility. All right, Salakia, hold on. Out. I ran by this quote online, and I'm a Muhammad Ali fan myself. Where I was, you know, he was a good boxer. But, I ran across this quote. Hey, not all. I was, yeah, that's the spirit. Not all mighty men are wise. All right, Lord willing, I can pull that scripture. But I'm gonna just read this quote, and then I'm gonna go through some verses because this is false. All right, this is This is false. Let me read it. It says, "We all have the same God. We just serve him differently. Rivers, lakes, ponds, streams, oceans all have different names, but they all contain water. So do religions have different names, and they all contain truth, expressed in different ways, forms, and times. It does not matter whether you're a Muslim, a Christian, or a Jew. When you believe in God, you should believe that all people are part of one family. If you love God, you can't love only some of his children." Amen. He's viewed to be wise, but he's unwise. He's unlearned. All right. Let me see if I can pull out one scripture, mighty man. So I think I can get that one in Corinthians, but I thought it was one in Sirach. Sirach. I think it's 20. Salakia. I just thought of it. I didn't write it down. Let me just look it up. Yeah. All right, I'm going to start at Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 23. Yeah. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 23. "When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith." Hey, that's why people hearken unto these smooth words, from people that they got this status in the world, but they being led astray. They not these mighty people. They're not telling them the truth. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. They set that a high standard. Oh, he's right. He got all this money. He must be smart. To have all this money, he know what he talking about. But it says, "But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him." Man, the 144 of the elect, hey, we're mostly all poor. All right, we're poor. We live paycheck to paycheck. And they see us out in the corners with reading the scriptures. And we breaking them down. They say, what fellow is this? Who are you? All right. And if he stumbled, they will help to overthrow them. You know, if we stumble on something, we say something wrong. They they all over us. All right, you know. Let me jump up. Let me jump up to 22. It says when a rich man. Yeah, I'm gonna do start at 20. Salakia. Sirach 13 and 20 says, "As the proud hate humility, so doeth the rich abhor the poor. A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends." You know, when a rich man, when he's beginning to fall, he's being held up. You know, in a carnal sense, you know, they want that money. They want to help him just so they can get that money. They're around the rich man, you know, just for the benefits. You know, it says, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. When they like Little Dirk said, they said they kicking when you down. All right. Hey, when you're a poor man and you down, they continue to keep you down. All right. Verse 22 says, when a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. Whoo. Hey, like that Muhammad Ali quote. Okay. Hey, people justify that. You know, because this world is all about one love and one unity. That one love and unity, that peace treaty, you know. Can't we all just get along? You know, they on that vibration now because, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, you know, starting with the elder apostle Tahar on down, the men of Great Millstone, you know, we pushing that true vibration, all right. And these other camps also, they pushing the camps that follow the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, we're pushing this doctrine, you know, and it's scaring these Edomites. All right, now they want to say, um, um, you know, they want to quote John 3:16, God so loved the world, but they don't have the proper understanding of that verse. You know, they want us to all be one, be be one nation, you know. But hey, the Lord, He's all about division. All right. It says, when a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him too. He spake wisely and could have no place. You know, on the videos, okay, but people want to mock, scoff, and say we have no place. Well, you know, who are you to be speaking these words? You know, just because of our so-called status. All right. Let me just read 24. It says, riches are good unto him that hath no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. All right. Hey, riches are good unto him that have no sin. Hey, riches, we all have sin. All right. Hey, riches, it can a gift can destroy the heart. All right. It says, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. Hey, these Edomites are, even 2/3 of our people, you know, they can't fathom they can't even not fathom they can't even imagine. All right, for better understanding, you know, they can't imagine being having poverty again. That's why all the rappers, you know, they always say in their songs, man, I'll go back to, you know, selling crack or selling dope, you know, just so they won't go back broke. You know, poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. You know. Let me go to the scripts. You know, that quote, he said, let me go back to it real quick. It says, we all have the same God. We just serve him differently. You know, hey, let me cut that real quick. You know, we don't have the same God. All right. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your power and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. You know, so yeah, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he's the Lord of Israel. All right, he's the power of Israel. You know, and he's not dealing with no other families. All right. You know, he says he's in the midst of Israel. All right, so he's dealing with Israel, and he's not dealing with no other people. You know, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you confusing the faces that look like the other nations, but your spirit bear witness with these scriptures. All right, that's who Yahweh Shem Shai is dealing with. All right, you know, and we can't be ashamed of that. All right, it says, "My people shall never be ashamed." You know, the elect, the 1/3. You know, we won't be ashamed on this side. All right. Cause hey, he's trying to add words. All right, you know, he clearly doesn't have Muhammad Ali. You know that quote. He clearly has no understanding of the scriptures. All right. So like this. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 2, it says, Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your power, which I have commanded you. You know, hey, we can't add to the commandments. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he said, worship me in truth and in spirit. You know, he never declared us as Muslims, as as a to follow the ways of Christianity. You know, because hey, for understanding, you know, we are Christians, we are followers of a Mashiach. All right, but this modern day Christianity, you know, the Lord, he's not dealing with that. All right, you know, because Christianity, you know, they add to the word. You know, Muslims, they add to the word. You know, and they diminish from the word. You know, they take stuff out, you know, and they add their own stuff. All right. Let me get another precept for that. Proverbs 30 and verse 6. No, let me start at verse 5. God. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 5. Every word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. Man, every word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is pure, man. It's righteous. You know, so there's no need for you to add or subtract from it. You know, if you able to swallow the whole roll, you know, even though it's sweet at the beginning and bitter once it's in your belly, you know, once you understand this truth on another level, it gets bitter. You know, but hey, the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is pure, because what we're going through is going to be worth it, because that kingdom is going to be everything we need and more. All right, it says every word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is pure. All right, he is a shield unto them that put their trust in them. You know, he's our protector. You know, we able to break down these scriptures. We're able to break down these strongholds. We're able to like the scriptures say, put hammer to these rocks, to these other philosophies. You know, we're able to break them down. We're able to crush Christianity. We're able to crush Islamic, any religion under the sun. You know, we're able to crush it. You know, because the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they're our shield. You know, and they're like a hammer. All right. It says, verse 6, it says, add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. Woo! Hey, lest he reprove you, man. All right, let's look up that word, reprove. I believe it means shame. or correct. I'm gonna look it up. Kind of get the words reprove and reproach mixed up. Slovakia. Bear with me for a second. I think it means to correct, but let me just be sure. Yeah. Your cock. Your cock.
Strong's H 3198. Yachach. Yachach.
Yachach. All right, and it says to prove, decide, judge, rebuke, reprove, correct, be right. To show, to be right, prove, convince. To correct. All right. It says, let me read verse 6 again. It says, add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. If you take away from the word, or it says add. So if you add to the word and it's not there, hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he's gonna correct you, man. You're gonna be found a liar, because his words are pure. All right. So, hey, we don't need these so-called mighty men like Muhammad Ali and to try to say these smooth words. Hey, if you read the scriptures for yourself, you know that he's off. He said, it doesn't matter if you're a Muslim, a Christian, or a Jew. It does matter, man. It's all about the bloodline. All right. This is John chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. Hey, salvation is for the Jews. All right. The 12 tribes. All right, let me get that. He gonna say it doesn't matter. It does matter, man. This is Revelations chapter 12, chapter 21, verse 12, and had a great wall and high. Let me start at 11. Having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. All right. Hey, in the kingdom of heaven, man, it's going to be 12 gates. The 12 tribes of Israel. It says, verse 13, on the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. So the kingdom of heaven is for the Israelites, all right? You 12 tribes, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you confusion of faces that's mixed in with these other nations, all right? A salvation is for us, okay? I think it's 17. Yeah. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Hey, Israel, you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans shall be saved. The elect, the 1/3. We're, Lord willing, we part of that number. We're gonna be saved. We just gotta, keep doing His work, have faith. All right, keep these laws to the best of our ability. But let me read 17 again. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. Hey man, we're gonna be living forever, eternally. You know, our little brains can't even fathom that, and can't even imagine that right now. You know that we're gonna be living for eternity. You know, we're gonna never a world that's gonna never end. You know, we're gonna live eternally in the kingdom of heaven. Man, that's just beautiful, man. The water Yahweh Shem Shah. Yeah, let me go back to the law. Hey, because ultimately these other religions, Muslim, Christianity, you know, any other religion, they have a different power. You know, Muslim got Allah. All right, Christianity has Serapis. All right, Caesar Borgia. That's the power. That's the false power. You know, of Christianity, Caesar Borgia. All right, so-called Jesus Christ. All right, you know, but this is Exodus chapter. Let me just start at the top. Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And God spake all these things, saying, I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You know, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, he brought us out of the land of Egypt. All right? No other power. So you serving other powers, you know, and you're an Israelite, man, you that's like a slap in the face. All right? That's like a spit in the face. All right? Verse 3 says, Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You know, Allah. That just means power. Go back to the Hebrew word Alahayim, means power. All right, that God is a rock. You know, that's a graven image, and it's decked over with silver and gold. All right, it says, and it's a graven. It's something that's on the as beneath the heavens. You know, that's a graven image. You know. Verse 5, it says, Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. All right? Hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahai, he's a Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he's a jealous power. So, a lot of our people are Muslims, and they bow down to another God. Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua ain't dealing with that. You know, and hey, if you don't come out of these other religions, you know, the Lord is going to put you to death. All right? All right, the Lord is going to put you to death. Let me just get this one real quick. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. What profit the graven images? What profit the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it, the molten image and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols. It says, Woe unto him that saith to the stone, Salakia, woe unto him that saith to the wood, Awake, to the dumb stone, Arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. Hey, you're going to be destroyed, man. You serve Christianity, Muslim, you know, hey, you to the dumb stone in the wood, arise and teach. Right? Hey, that copper stone, you know, that Mecca, the going to the Mecca, hey, that's a dumb stone, and the Lord is going to destroy you for that, all right? All right? And I'm going to close out with one more script. Amos 3 verse. I'll start at the top. Amos chapter 3, verse 1 says, Hear this word that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has spoken unto you, O children of Israel. All right. So this is for you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you confusing the faces, you know, that look like the other nations, but your spirit bear witness with the scriptures. It says, listen up, you know, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he's speaking this to you. All right. It says, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Hey, so that's why we at the bottom. All right, that's why we serving our enemies right now, because we being punished for our iniquities. All right, we're being punished for our iniquities, and that's ultimately that's love. You know, because just like a parent, you know, a parent punishes his child. You know, if they do bad, you know that's really love. You know, you gotta rebuke. All right, rebuke is love, correction. All right, hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he's only dealing with us. You know, he brought us out of the land of Egypt, and he says only us of all the families has he known. All right, that's why he put us above all people. All right, and that's going back to Deuteronomy 7:6. All right, but he's the only family we know. He knows. All right, and that quote, you know, he said when you believe in God, you should believe that all people are part of one family. Hey, that's off, man. We not all part of one family. All right, let me get one more to the spirit. You know, this is this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 54, and after these Adam also. I'm just reading 56. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All right, so we all come from Adam, you know, and of him come we all. And it says, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So he's chosen a specific group of people. All right, it says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people which also come from Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, you know, but be like unto spittle. So, hey, so we're not all one family. All right, you other people are nothing. You all like spit. All right, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that has fallen from a vessel. Hey, you mean nothing, because a little drop that's fallen from a vessel, you're not going to go search for that little drop. All right, it says whom also the people whom thou hast chosen. You know, and who did the Lord choose? I'm gonna close out with this, Lord willing. It says, Isaiah 44:1, Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith Yahweh, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jezreel, whom I have chosen. Hey, so the Lord, he chose Israel. All right, that's the group of people that he chose on this planet. You know, and that's you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, so we got to get back to these scriptures, all right, and come back to our heritage. All right, he said he's formed us. It says, verse 2, Thus saith Yahweh that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Hey, he's going to help us, all right? And that's why we had to wait on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to come out of all these captivities. You know, the Roman Empire, all right, Egypt, okay, and America, all right. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You know, Lord willing, this wakes up elect, all right. I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem, Rakak Wadash, Call Halayim La, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem, Rakak Wadash, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushua, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushua, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushua. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the leaders of Israel. And say shalom to the sincere Akim that's out there teaching the truth and sincerity. And shalom to the sincere sisters that's listening in humility and subjection. Shalom.